So the big brokerages are finally admitting it. After months of us on the ground seeing a completely different story, they are now saying what we already know. A price dip is coming for the Toronto real estate market in 2026. Remax, for one, is forecasting that the price of the GTA home will drop by 3.5% this year, and that's not even the full picture. Sellers are more motivated right now than they have been in decades. In this video, I'm not just going to tell you that they are motivated. I'm going to show you that data that proves it. More importantly, I will break down exactly how you can use this unique situation to your advantage. And finally, get you into a home you might have thought was out of your reach. My name is John, and I am a full-time real estate broker right here in the GTA. For months, I have been navigating a market that feels like a different planet compared to the frenzy of the last few years. The headlines are only now just catching up to the reality we see every single day. So while the big reports are coming in, the dip, I want to show you that what's behind it and how you can actually use it. We are going to dig deeper into the numbers causing this shift and connect them to the 2026 forecast, and then I will give you a clear step-by-step game plan. If you are a buyer who's been waiting on the sidelines, this is the video you've been waiting for. And make sure you stick around right to the end, because I am going to break down which specific property types I believe will see the biggest discounts. To see where we are headed, we have to look at where we are right now at the start of 2026. The market has fundamentally changed, and it boils down to the classic supply and demand. Let's talk about supply. All through 2025, the number of homes for sale was just 24,000 plus, really high. For example, in 2025, active listings were up a staggering 10% compared to the previous year. Think about that. Even as fewer new homes were being sold, the total pile of homes listed for sale just kept on growing. For sellers, that means one thing: serious competition. Now, for the demand side, sales have been slow, painfully slow. 2025 saw home sales across the GTA fall about 11.2% year after year. The condo market got even hit harder, with sales dropping 21% in the same period. So you have this dynamic wave of more homes for sale and way few people buying them. This leads me to a number I watch like a hawk: months of inventory, MOI as we call it. It tells us how long it would take to sell every single home on the market. A balanced market sits at 3 to 4 months. Below that, sellers have all the power. Above it, buyers have all the power. By the end of 2025, the months of inventory for the condos in the GTA shot up to 6.5 months. We are firmly into the buyer's market, especially for condos. Homes are sitting with an average time on the market stretching to 56 days. Remember the frenzy when homes were sold in a weekend? Those days are long gone. This is the problem for the new sellers. They can't just throw a sign on the lawn and expect a bidding war anymore. They are seeing prices get cut. They are finally realizing the party from 2021 is over, and it's time to face the new reality. That is creating an incredible motivation. So, how does all this inventory and lack of sales lead to a price drop in 2026? It's simple economics. This pileup of listing has created a pressure cooker environment. Historically, when we see months of inventory climb this high and stay there, prices have nowhere to go but down. And that's exactly what the major brokerages are now predicting. Royal LePage says that the home price in the GTA will fall by 4.5% by the end of 2026 to around 1,054,129. Remax has also forecasted a price decline for 2026, pointing to a rising inventory and low buyer confidence as the main culprits. But here is where we need to look deeper than the headline numbers. The story changes depending on what you are trying to buy. For a single-family detached home, the correction is expected to be pretty mild. Royal LePage is forecasting a drop of just 1% for detached homes in the Toronto region. These houses are still in high demand, especially from growing families, and we just aren't building enough of them. The real story is in the condo market. The forecast here is much more dramatic, with Royal LePage calling for a 6.5% price decrease for condos in 2026. Why the big difference? A few reasons. First, a flood of new condo supplies just hit the market from both resale and new condos. Second, demand from investors has tanked because of higher interest rates and the rental market that's finally cooling off. And finally, a slowdown in the number of international students and temporary residents has eased some of the intense rental demand that investors were relying on. This is creating what I truly believe is a rare buying opportunity, especially for the first-time buyers who have been completely priced out. 2026 is a reset year, a window where you finally get some breathing room on affordability and get your negotiating power back. Knowing the market is shifting is one thing. Knowing how to play your cards is another thing. This isn't about trying to time the absolute bottom. It's a fool's game. Nobody can do it. This is about seeing a window of opportunity and having a plan. So here's my 4-step game plan for any buyer looking to make a move in the Toronto region in 2026. First, time your purchase for the maximum leverage. Experts are suggesting the best window will be in the first half of 2026. Interest rates have stabilized after 2025 cuts, with the Bank of Canada policy rates holding at 2.25%. This stability is bringing some buyers back, but not enough to restart the frenzy. You want to act before the confidence fully returns and that negotiating leverage vanishes. Keep your eye peeled for properties that have been on the market for over 30 days, and especially those that have already had the price cut. Those are your motivated sellers. Second, get your financing sorted out. This is a non-negotiable in this market. If a seller has two similar offers, they will almost always take the one without the financing condition. Get a mortgage pre-approval locked in. It tells you exactly what you can afford and lets you move in with confidence when you find the right place. With 5-year fixed rates in a more stable range, you can plan your long-term costs with more certainty than you've had in many years. Third, negotiate on everything. In a buyer's market, the listing price is just a suggestion. Don't be afraid to come in with an offer significantly below asking, especially on a property that screams motivated seller. Aiming for 5 to 10% below asking is a reasonable starting point. But just don't stop at that price. This is your chance to get your conditions in. Make your offer conditional on financing and home inspection. This protects you and gives you another chance to negotiate if the inspector finds something. Fourth, and finally, be strategic about where and what you want to buy. Like we discussed, the biggest deals are going to be in the Toronto condo market. Especially look for smaller units or units that are currently tenanted. Those have been the toughest to sell. If you're set on a house, expand your search to the 905 area. Markets like Mississauga, Brampton, and Whitby have seen more significant price adjustments, creating some of the incredible pockets of value. For instance, while the GTA average home was just softening, some submarkets in places like Mississauga saw an average price drop in late 2025 that approached 10% year over year. Compare that to the price of downtown condo to a freehold townhouse in Durham region, you'll be completely shocked at the value you can find. Look, the story for 2026 in Toronto real estate is simple. It's a story of correction, and for you, it's a story of opportunity. After years of frankly insane price growths, the market is hitting the reset button. A mountain of inventory and nervous buyers have put sellers on the back foot, creating the best buying conditions we have seen in many years. The data is clear. Prices are softening, with forecasters calling for a price decline between 3.5% to 4.5% for the GTA as a whole, and even more for the condos. It's a window of opportunity for those who are already ready to act. If you are a buyer who has been dreaming of owning a home in the city, 2026 might be just your year. The key is having a strategy. If you want to build a personalized strategy to take advantage of this market shift, I invite you to book a free, no obligation call with me. We can go through the data for the specific neighborhoods you are eyeing on and build a game plan that is right for you. Thanks so much for watching. Until next time, see you soon. If you have found this information helpful, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button for more data-driven updates on the Toronto real estate market.